Well, I guess my number one thing is you're happy for your players when they follow a scout and do what you ask and are coachable. And I think our guys were extremely coachable today. And I think it was Braz at halftime said, "Look, we can't be mad at them. They're following the scout, and we had to make a couple adjustments, but they followed that." And I just think Drew Cobb did a great job on Shorts. He's just a tough person to guard, and I know he got 19 points, but I thought he didn't control the game like he has the last couple times we played on him till the end, and he got super aggressive those last 3 minutes, and I think I'd have to look, but I think he probably got 6 of those, when we got a little lead at the end. And obviously, we started the game zone to try to keep his penetration low, but the second half, the first 15 minutes defensively was one of our better efforts, and hopefully it's something we can grow. 15 minutes doesn't win you games, especially on the road, but it was enough today. Our guys, I've been challenging them all week, and I think it really helped them to see the Thursday night. We sat in here on the big screen and had pizza and sat in the key and watched that Irvine Davis game, and I think it gave our guys a lot of respect for those two teams because that's who we play next. And both those two teams, were so physical. I asked each kid Friday morning, "What did you take away from that game?" And probably I said, "You only get one thing," and they all had about 2 or 3 things because they really watched it, and probably half of them said, "You guys are right. They're more physical right now." I mean, without Timmy today, I was really proud of our guys. We might not weigh as much or be as tall as some of those guys, but I thought KJ and Jordan Roberts and those guys really, and obviously Mace was a man. He had half our rebounds for most of the game until he got, I had to take him out with the fouls and stuff. But I really thought, just breaking even on the boards was a great job by our guys, and I'm pleased for them. There was guys were frustrated at half, but they stayed together and were able to fix it, and that's the mark of a team growing. Because as I told them, you're not going to win a league or win games in the league without being scouted and guys getting, frustrating you and disrupting you. But they fixed it and really came out the second half and almost like a different team. And it's a good start for us. You have your first game at home against the defending champions, and it's not a must win. I told them today, we're not going to win the league today or lose the league today. But it's a great start, or we're digging ourselves a hole. This will make it a great start, and I'm pleased with our guys. They did that.
Coach, you were down 8. Timmy's not in the game, and yet you guys seem so poised in the first 5 minutes of the second half. It's like they came out, and it's like they weren't even aware of the fact that they were trailing against a team as good as UC Davis.
Yeah, I was really. I'm just proud of them because they stayed together and they were frustrated at half, but there was no panic. And I said, look, we need to be more aggressive. We don't need to be more panicked. Okay, we can't. There's no 8-point play. We just got to come out here and get some stops and get something off our defense. And attack. Our only real attack the whole first half was Bremen Richards when he got downhill and then hit the 3 in the corner. Everything else. We were really kind of tentative, and I said we need to attack them, okay, and not be afraid to get downhill, and get some stops. And I think we started with 7 stops in a row to start the game or the second half, and came down and got some. We only had 8 points in the paint in the first half, and got the ball down into Mace and played off of that to start the second half. So, like I said, those were the kind of the adjustments we talked about at halftime, and our guys really stayed together and tried to do what we asked them to do, and we're going to get better if they do that. That's the sign of being coachable.
Coach, you guys opened up in a pretty active zone, had a lot of deflections and steals.
5 deflections in the first 3 minutes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that something you guys are going to use moving forward with Irvine coming up?
After the Stanford game, we've spent about majority of our time trying to fix ourselves defensively. And one of the things is with our length and athleticism, I think zone is a viable option for us. I don't normally like to start in zone because I think it takes some of the aggressiveness away from your guys. And that was our goal, is to have 3 or 4 deflections by the first media timeout, and we had 5 of them. So, and I really thought they were aggressive to start the game. And Shorts, you know, only had the one, I think, off of a steal. So we were making other guys try to beat us. But unfortunately, you know, when you get behind and they're dictating tempo, we just needed to get out and get after them after Mooney got going. And you know, once you get a guy like that going, it becomes difficult to zone. And so we had to get out of it. And but I think the zone is progressing. That's Coach Braz brought that. It's kind of a different zone than I've ever coached, but he brought that with him, and our guys are starting to buy in and get better at it.
I think you guys had 22 field goals made, but 18 turnovers. How is that something you guys could work on or fix?
Tell me that again. We had.
I just said 22 field goals, but 18 turnovers. How's the turnover problem going to be fixed?
Well, we've had great sureness of the ball here the last 4 or 5 games, but a lot of those were you know, charges, you know, being aggressive, going to the basket, and so, a few of them were casual. But I didn't think the turnovers were, and we had 10 at half. And I looked at it and that kind of surprised me. I didn't think that was our, you know, I thought we weren't being aggressive enough, not too aggressive. So we just got to show them, you know, that's film work, and we've been working on it all year, being more. You know, I was surprised Book had 6 of them because I thought he really, besides winning the AAU Elks, it was Elks when I was growing up, free throw contest today. I really thought he did a great job of controlling the offense and knowing, you know, as a point guard when we need him to score and when we need him to get off the ball, and especially when we're down at half, he didn't try to do too much, and yet he got aggressive and put a lot of foul pressure on him, and that's what he does well.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll turn it over to the players. Drew Hoffman, Jason.
Deshaun, big night for you, 19 for 20 at the free throw line. In these moments out here in the clutch, how confident are you in yourself, whether it's at the free throw line or just scoring the ball?
It just all comes from repetition. I've seen myself shoot those shots time and time again, so I'm comfortable in those situations.
And then defensively, Drew or Deshaun, what did you guys see? I mean, in the zone to start out, you guys were pretty active, a lot of deflections and steals. What did you see out there?
Our main focus when we came out was to, you know, get stops and really lock in on the defensive end. And we've been practicing that for about almost 2 weeks now. So I think we just came in with a good mindset, and that mindset carried over into the game. So.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Whoa. I mean, if we would have lost, we'd be out of here by now. But we can answer all day now.
It's not Bethesda. Look, you guys are down 8 at the halftime, and they're playing pretty well. And yet you guys came out in the first 5 minutes and poised. It's like you guys weren't worried at all about the trailing. You guys came out and just kind of put it to them right away. Just talk about the way you guys have developed to the point to where you can come out and do that, as opposed to being a little frantic.
I think all preseason kind of helped us get that poise and confidence in those situations, but their lead came from a lot of our mistakes, and we knew if we kind of shored up those mistakes that we would have been able to take control of the game, and that's kind of what we focused on in the second half.
All right, thank you everybody, appreciate you.
Thank you.